Thank you, Karen. And now we'll have part 2 of Edgar Allan Poe's The Telltale Heart. So I am mad, you say. You should have seen how careful I was to put the body where no one could find it. First, I cut off the head, and then the arms, and then the legs. I was careful not to let a single drop of blood fall on the floor. I pulled up 3 of the boards that formed the floor and put the pieces of the body there. Then I put the boards down again carefully, so carefully that no human eye could see that they had been moved. As I finished this work, I heard that someone was at the door. It was now 4 o'clock in the morning, but still dark. I had no fear, however, as I went down to open the door. 3 men were at the door, 3 officers of the law. One of the neighbors had heard the old man's cry and called the police, and these 3 had come to ask questions and to search the house. I asked the policeman to come in. The cry, I said, was my own, in a dream. The old man, I said, was away, had gone to visit a friend in the country. I took them through the whole house, telling them to search it all, to search it well. I led them finally into the old man's bedroom. As if playing a game with them, I asked them to sit down and talk for a while. My easy, quiet manner made the policemen believe my story. So they sat talking with me in a friendly way. But although I answered them the same way, I soon wished that they would go. My head hurt, and there was a strange sound in my ears. I talked more and faster. The sound became clearer, and still they sat and talked. Suddenly I knew that the sound was not in my ears. It was not just inside my head. At that moment, I must have become quite white. I talked still faster and louder, and the sound too became louder. It was quick, low, soft sound, like the sound of a clock heard through a wall, a sound that I knew well. Louder it became and louder. Why did the men not go? Louder, louder. I stood up and walked quickly around the room. I pushed my chair across the floor to make more noise to cover that terrible sound. Was it possible that they could not hear it? No. They heard. I was certain of it. They knew. Now it was they that were playing games with me. I was suffering more than I could bear from their smiles and from that sound, louder and louder and louder. Suddenly I could bear it no longer. I pointed at the boards and I cried, "Yes, yes, I killed him. Pull up the boards and you shall see I killed him." But why does his heart not stop beating? Why does it not stop? And that concludes part 2 of Edgar Allan Poe's The Telltale Heart. Back to you, Karen.